Recording live from the Hickory Hut Studio on the campus of Defiance College. You are listening to The Session.
Hey Jacket Nation, welcome back to the Hickory Hut Studios for another episode of The Session with J Squared and the crazy guy in the corner. Today our guest is the wonderful Jake Arnold.
Yeah!
Hi. How's it going, DC?
It's always going good here on the Defiance College campus, Jake.
Got that right.
If you're wondering why there wasn't a show Wednesday before spring break, it's because I'm ignorant on how to run this thing. We recorded a show, and I was muted.
And it was a good show.
It was a great show. You guys would have loved it. Both viewers would have found it very enjoyable. But alas, I'm learning as I go. So anyway, I didn't mean to. I thought they should know Jake.
Yeah.
We had been putting him out.
It wasn't my fault.
It wasn't Jake's fault. He was here. It wasn't Jess's fault. She was here. They did an excellent job. It was the crazy guy in the corner.
Crazy guy in the corner.
Before we get started, I came across this bit of news this morning that I find to be relatively nerve-wracking for me in Northwest Ohio. Yeah, that's right. You guys don't know. Early April, a Chinese space station is going to come down to Earth and hit in lower South Michigan.
So it could hit Ohio.
That's pretty close.
It could hit Ohio.
It could hit Ohio.
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
Doesn't that
what?
make you guys nervous?
A
And
space
there's
station.
hazardous chemicals on board. Boom. Look it up,
Well-
folks.
Where did you read
I'm
this
going
at?
back to Florida.
The National Enquirer?
No, it wasn't
Nah, he
National
read it
Enquirer.
on CNN.
It was loonyconspiracies.com.
Oh.
CNN.
So look it up. But seriously, there's a Chinese space station that went defunct and is coming
Really?
back down to Earth and is going to hit in southern Michigan somewhere.
Interesting.
Yes.
Or
Parts
northwestern
thereof.
Ohio.
Well, they don't know exactly.
Maybe we'll just land in one of the lakes.
So aren't you guys nervous?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm
You could be
going
out
back to
playing
Florida.
softball and there's a big piece of junk laying in there.
That'd be so cool.
He landed right on
Are
the
there-
bow.
Landed right in the pond behind our field, like in the middle of a game. We just heard like a huge crash.
There's
that'd be
no
so
people
cool.
on the space station, right?
You know, they kind of just glossed over that, so I'm going to assume no.
Jeez.
That
So
would be,
like, if you find it and you like collect stuff from it, can you become like rich?
maybe,
Or-
but it's hazardous chemicals. You might become deformed.
Right.
I don't know.
Or you might get
Alright.
super strength.
Might get
And then I'm going towards there if I find it.
But on that note,
All right, sorry. So I kind of
So,
overtook the whole thing there.
Yeah, crazy guy in the corner
Yeah.
over there.
Can we mute this guy
that's
again?
why
Yeah.
that's why
mute
we
this
leave
guy?
him in the corner.
Yeah. So Jake.
I'm gonna be wearing a tinfoil hat pretty soon with a little, keep the aliens from reading my mind.
All right, so Jake,
So let's move on.
let's go on
Moving
to
on.
Jake.
We digress. Jake, can you talk a little bit about the Midnight Madness that you guys have planned?
Yeah, so next Friday on the 23rd in the George, we have an event called Midnight Madness. It's more of a student life collaboration. Joshua, the intramurals GA, kind of spearheaded it.
You call him Joshua?
I just was trying to sound distinguished.
Oh,
So Josh, the
Just
Groff.
like his palate.
it worked.
yeah.
We'll get into that later.
So starting at 8 p.m., we're going to have a plethora of activities.
Oh my!
So
Wow.
there's going to be like a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. We're going to have some volleyball set up. Pickleball, which I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh yeah.
That's where you hit things with those big dill pickles, right? You
Can
hit,
we, can we get this guy muted?
Yeah.
So no,
You-
it's essentially like
test? Sorry.
This time, if you can't hear him, it won't be an accident.
yeah. So pickleball is essentially like tennis, but more ping pongish. You use a smaller wooden paddle and more of like a wiffle ball that's got a little bit more bounce to it.
You described it to me off the air, and I still really don't have any idea.
I'll show you. I got the stuff,
So
the
it's
equipment
like-
in my
it's-
office.
From what I understand, it's like a mix of ping pong and tennis.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And wiffle ball.
Well, that's just because you got to use some sort of ball rather than a small tennis ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less dangerous than tennis. I've seen those tennis people hit those things, and that's a little dangerous
Pretty
for my
fast.
likings. And we're also gonna have badminton. And so for the non-athletic people like myself who want to just enjoy their time down there, we're gonna have euchre tournament, or just maybe more euchre, some Uno.
It's like
Card
board
game.
games or card games.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean maybe not as much board games, just because my board games get destroyed in McReynolds, but
Yeah, fair
more
enough.
more of like more card games. There's gonna be some refreshments, some food. We're doing some like hot food, like mott sticks, meatballs, stuff like that.
Nice.
Soda, water. So we're gonna cater to everyone. We're actually gonna buy a blitzball set too. I don't know if you know what that is.
You just making these things
No,
up?
it's actually it's hard to
I
explain.
don't think you know what it is.
No, it's like a wiffle ball game, but like, have you seen those balls that you can like throw and they like have like wicked drop on them? And,
Oh
like,
yeah, I know what you're
you
talking
can throw
about.
like a curve and it like bends out like
Oh,
4
wow.
feet and like dives back in. So we might do that too. I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe I thought it'd be cool to see like what the pitchers could do with those and see if you could hit off them.
Yeah.
Like
That'd be fun.
yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
like a little bit of a home run derby kind of thing. So it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna encourage a lot of the sports teams to come out, the Res Lifers, some student orgs on campus. So it's gonna be a good time. We'll actually have some students who are visiting campus for like an overnight thing through admissions. They're gonna be around too. So we're
Wow.
gonna have a good time.
Should be a good event.
We're gonna have a DJ, DJ Mud. Shout out to her.
All right.
She's my go-to. So yeah, it'll be pretty fun. So
You guys going?
I
Now?
probably will because my birthday is the 26th. So why not kick off my birthday weekend with a little bit of midnight madness?
Boom.
are you
Exactly.
one of those like birthday month people? You have to
No,
sell-
just weekend.
Just a weekend?
just a
Okay,
weekend.
I can respect the weekend.
That was 3 days. Weekends are normally 2.
So
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense.
so yeah, it'll be pretty fun.
It'll be real fun.
I'll probably go.
It's a little different. Yeah, so there's
Probably.
like
Depending. Yeah, it depends. I mean, I'm sure we won't have a game or anything. I'm not really sure.
But you
I
do,
just go
you do
week by
have a
week,
games
so-
the next day because
On Saturday, right?
I'm planning out my birthday weekend.
So probably won't go until midnight, but
Should I be,
that's like a few hours.
should I be concerned that the fans of softball know when the games are more so than the players?
No, because I just go week by week because right now the weather is too crazy to kind of hope that we're
Well,
gonna.
this is true, I guess.
It just changes so much.
How has the transition been from Florida? Are you surviving?
It's been rough. I woke up this morning and there's snow coming down. I forgot what it looked like.
That's Mother Nature's way of going, welcome
It really
back.
isn't that cold out though.
No, it's not.
no.
It's
Uh,
not bad.
Let's take a quick break. This is the session with Jay Squared and the crazy guy in the corner. We'll be right back.
This is Grant with DC Baseball, and you're listening to The Session.
Hey, Jacket Nation, welcome back. We're gonna talk to Jake a little bit about what did I do?
Nothing. It was really good.
Okay.
She was just what made me laugh.
Okay, so we're gonna talk to Jake a little bit about what he does in regards to his job as the Director of Student Activities and Leadership.
Cat.
All right,
So
so
big enough title there.
Ease.
Can you
Yeah.
just tell him a little bit about your day-to-day operations?
Yeah, so my primary job is I work with a lot of the student organizations, advising them, and then I plan a lot of co-curricular activities for students on campus. So we really try to market to as many students as possible. We look for not necessarily the amount of students who participate, but more or less the students who come and have a good time. Because that's kind of how I measure the success of a program. Okay. Yeah, it's cool to have a lot of people, but if 10 people came and really had a good time, I count that as a win.
Yeah.
And along with that, I'm also the hall director of the freshman residence hall. So
Okay, so it's getting bigger.
yeah.
What, does your business card open up?
yeah, it's actually just an index card, just a note card, and the big note card.
Here's my business card.
So I just carried around in a leather satchel.
Okay.
It's got a hologram on it.
Yeah, it's not a purse; it's a satchel.
Help
Indiana
me, Jake
Jones
Arnold,
had
you're
one.
my only hope.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So
anything else you want to add to your title?
I do a little bit of other things, some advising. I taught a class. I'm a Title IX investigator. So I just do a little bit of everything. Wear a lot of hats, yeah.
Wear a lot of hats. Tinfoil hats?
No, I'm not crazy like you, man. Come on now.
What I said was facts.
Spaceship man. Were you abducted by an alien?
Once, actually.
Oh
He
my.
was talking about that spaceship.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Anyway, off the air, you had mentioned some big thing for graduating seniors.
Yeah, so we have late April, we have a few events that are going to happen. We have on April 22nd, we're having an event called Senior Sunday. It's going to be
Is
between.
that new?
Yeah, it's kind of what we've been doing the past few years, but we just kind of put a cooler name with it to
Cooler
celebrate the seniors and their time here. So we're gonna have
Jake's a senior.
a campfire between the residence halls. We have a really nice fire area that was donated.
It is very nice, by the way.
Yeah, it's a cool
very
spot. We're gonna utilize that. We're gonna have some food like hot dogs, s'more stuff.
What about sand volleyball?
Yeah, sand volleyball is gonna be happening. Might have a few inflatables depending on the weather. Well, the whole thing is weather permitting.
Of course.
We're gonna have.
Were you allowed to go? If you're not.
Yeah, it's open to all students.
Good question.
Well, we're celebrating seniors. I just want to make sure I can help
Yeah,
out right
it'll
now.
be open. It'll be open to all students.
Let me see your ID.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna do that.
I'm only a junior.
Yeah, so there'll be volleyball going on. There's
I
gonna be
know, I
music, a DJ.
Thinking ahead, that's all. Sorry,
So-
I wasn't paying attention. What now?
We're gonna have a DJ,
Okay.
and volleyball is gonna be. I mean, volleyball when the weather gets nice, it's so popular.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna capitalize off that.
Well, it'll be a good time.
Yeah, so it'll be just a time where everyone can come around, have a good time, talk about their time here at DC before they hit the road. And then following that, on April 27th, which is Friday, we're going to look to have either a hypnotist or magician, something along those lines.
Which one do you guys want? Hypnotist?
Comedian, something like
Comedian
that.
wasn't even an option. It was hypnotist or magician.
Same.
I at least apologized when I was.
But
This
magicians
is true.
have comedy. Like that's like
Yeah, so
The good ones.
yeah,
right.
I'm gonna pull a rabbit out of a hat.
I feel like hypnotists are funny because they're so unpredictable.
Hypnotist?
Yeah, like last year we had it.
Okay.
and-
yeah, it's
Were you a
entertaining.
participant?
Okay, well,
She tried to be.
I volunteered and I tried, but I have really bad ADHD. So like, you're supposed to close your eyes and like relax and almost like sleep in a way. And then,
Okay.
but I was so like, half the time my eyes would be open to see if the person next to me was.
Hey, are you sleeping?
Like, yeah.
Shut up and try to
So
hypnotize.
like, I got kicked off.
You
He
got
was
kicked.
just-
You
he-
got kicked off?
Basically, he was like, "You can't be hypnotized." There was a few others. It wasn't just me. It's like you
Yeah.
gotta get off. It doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Jake, are you scared?
It's not scared. I'm just like sketchy.
I wouldn't want to be hypnotized.
Sometimes they say some bad, like they
I
say some
know.
weird things.
Yeah,
and
I
then they're like
know.
off, like when they're done, like.
Then
"Wait, I
what
said
happens
that."
if they don't do it the right way? And next thing I know, I hear a bell and I'm, acting like a chicken. No, you guys don't.
That's
those are residual effects of hypnotism.
Are they?
put your tinfoil hat.
Or
back on.
aliens.
Uh,
Sorry.
again, Jake.
Hey,
Yeah.
so we do the silly six. Do you have something else?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
so if anyone has any recommendations, they can feel free to email myself. If they want to see something particularly, we're really open to suggestions because what I might think is cool might not be something that Jake and Jess think that's cool. So
you are getting up there in age.
yeah, 26 now. Look out,
Yeah.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
Wow, what an old
You are
man.
no longer in the realm of cool.
Speak for yourself,
I'm
man.
right.
I still am.
I'm right in the middle.
You're right in the middle of being cool? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, really? There we
Yeah,
go.
dude, you know me. Whatever age I am, I'll always be cool.
So do they have a choice? But if they're going to email you, their suggestion is it's between a hypnotist, a magician, and a comedian.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay.
But-
Ideally, one who does
Some
all.
sort of like performing act.
Yeah,
that's,
so
like, school
it'll
appropriate.
yeah. So the problem we have with comedians, like typically, is that they come to this setting and their material may not be the cleanest.
Okay.
So a lot of the times, the really funny comedians that we have here try to clean their show up and end up not being very funny,
Oh.
or they end up being really disrespectful, and somebody feels offended.
Yeah.
So we really just want to respect everyone's time, and if they want to come see a show, we want to make sure they're going to enjoy it. I mean, that's kind of what we look for.
Well, I forget
true.
what the one guy was last year. I think it was like a magician type dude that came here, and that was pretty fun.
Eric Diddleman,
I think it was a different guy. It was
Joseph Rayom.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Illusionist.
Yeah, so we've had a few different ones on campus, and those are always like the big hits, just because we get a lot of people who come out, and
Sure.
they kind of pack Schaumburg, so it's a lot of fun. So those
That's
are
kind of what you're leaning toward.
yeah, so it's open to all students, commuters, on campus, non-traditional. So like anybody, who wants to come, it's all free of charge. So
There you go. If you have an idea for what you'd like, email Jake.
yep, jarnold@defiance.edu.
Dropping names. All right. Hey, let's do the silly six.
All right.
All right. The silly six is where I ask you 6 quick questions and you give me 6 quick answers. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. This is Jake's 3rd time on the show.
That's right.
So he should be used to these. Your hobby.
Reading.
You sure? Or
Yeah.
You're just trying to act intellectual?
No, 'cause
Okay.
last time I said working out and people were judging
He
me.
has a distinguished vocabulary.
Yeah.
All right. Your favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
Flavor?
Anything with like chocolate peanut butter combo.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
Big fan of Eric's. Eric's ice cream's pretty good.
Absolutely. Just down the road. You should go
Yep.
check it out. Anything on top? Whipped cream, of course.
No, I just
What?
I just usually get like a single scoop.
So you say single scoop,
Yeah.
naked.
Or I use just straight up vanilla ice cream on a cone.
Ew.
Plain and simple kind of. Listen, that's the ultimate test of ice cream.
If it's good or not.
Yeah, so you go around like I went to Dad's Dairy Depot on the other side of town.
Okay.
Vanilla, soft serve is just a good benchmark.
This is true.
So-
This is true, I guess.
Enough with the judgment over there, Ryan.
I always have to get like Reese's on mine.
Absolutely. You got to have something
Peanut
on it,
butter.
right?
Yeah.
Your favorite superhero? Not sure of that, man.
I like Superman.
Superman?
Classic, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Dog person.
Favorite dog name?
Maya Alfredo.
That's a real name?
That's my dog's name, is Maya Alfredo.
Maya Alfredo?
Yeah.
What do you do when he's bad? Maya Alfredo, no.
She. Yeah.
Maya Alfredo, no.
Well, it started out as Puppy Alfredo, and then it kind of just, her name was Maya, so it kind of just turned into Maya Alfredo. And she
Interesting.
She lives with us in McReynolds Hall if anybody wants to stop by and say hello.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Aw, no, I want to go see her.
Be prepared for puppy kisses.
Yeah. She does have
Puppy
it.
kiss.
She has this thing where she just has to kiss everyone and nonstop.
Oh, I thought he was talking about you. but
No,
you're my dog.
no, no.
Okay, all right.
The dog.
All right, okay? You are engaged, correct?
Aye.
All right. So you'll have to go back a little bit for this
Okay.
question. Is Costco a good third date?
Think
So
about it.
You are picking up your
Costco.
significant other. You go and
Big store.
we're
You
going to
get discover
Costco.
if that
Absolutely.
person can make fun.
Absolutely.
She didn't even have to go through the full
Hey,
Doesn't even
explanation.
have to
Here's my
convince
reasoning.
him.
All
Here's
right,
my
let's
reasoning.
hear his reasoning.
Costco is one of those stores where even if you go in and you're not buying anything, you can
Yes.
be entertained for hours because there's a ton of people who are buying obnoxious amounts of things, whether that be toilet paper,
You can judge people.
water. Not judge, but
Who's going there and buying that much toilet paper and water?
I mean not judge, but observe.
People watching.
that's
Yeah.
a fast. That's
So,
that-
and
You
that's
went a different route than I go.
And so you could buy. I mean, if you wanted to buy something, you can be. You can indulge yourself with multiple things. There's.
Have you seen somebody buying that much water and toilet paper?
Yeah, I've seen people have carts full. Well, I think it's more like grad party people. They go in there buy a ton of soda,
Oh, okay.
water.
Yeah.
All the
But
things.
it's still a good third date, is what you're telling me?
It could be, yeah.
Could be, he says. He's kind of backing
I
down.
would no.
It depends on the
I wouldn't
person every
hesitate.
time.
That's right.
But I'm thinking, Costco. We got to get a little ice cream afterwards. Some Costco's, I know mine serves pizzas and food you can eat there.
Oh yeah,
That's
food
what
court.
Jess is talking
And
about.
so-
a
Yeah.
food court.
You can go
Also-
to the food court. You can see if they make a fun time
It's-
out of it.
You can go there, get your oil changed, get some new tires,
It's really interesting to have a man's view over
grab a
woman's
bite
view.
to eat, grab a bite.
Literally
Oh, this is
everything at
perfect.
Costco.
Seriously, you
Ha,
Okay.
Ryan. Ha.
Okay, so
We're getting up there in my side.
Costco, if you're interested in sponsoring this show, you can hit two big viewers who are really into this show.
I'm gonna
we will
DM
be
them
happy
the
to-
link.
Oh yeah, there you
I'll
go.
DM them the link on Twitter.
Those are words that mean something, I guess. Let's see. Should we tell them?
What?
Should we tell them how to get a hold of us?
Well, I
Oh, we
can't.
don't. We could.
Jake decided
I
to
spilled
spill
my
his
monster.
monster on my paper, so don't email us.
Yeah, we don't
Tweet
remember.
us at
let-
the session_DC.
Okay.
Follow us on Facebook. If you just type in the
YouTube.
session DC, it should pop
Yeah,
up.
we're on YouTube, by the way.
We're on
never
YouTube, but
mentioned
they
it.
know that we're on YouTube,
YouTube
because
is my
they're watching
primary-
us on YouTube.
my primary outlet to watch the session.
But they're watching us on YouTube, so they know they can contact us through YouTube. I don't have to tell them they can contact us through YouTube.
All right. Well, we were worried before we had the interview that this was going to be a really short interview, and I think it turned out to be one of our longer interviews that
And
I
that's
wasn't
all right.
muted on.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah.
Because you
Well,
ruined
thank
our
you,
perfect
Jake,
show.
and thank you, Jake, for having Jake on. Jake, it's been wonderful to see Jake here, and Jake, thanks for having him on here.
Yeah.
All right, good job, Jake.
Good job. Yeah, no doubt. J squared. It's the Jake show. See you,
J
Jess.
cubed.
It's Jake cubed.
J cubed.
There's
Okay.
a Jess in there somewhere.
Hey, this is a session with Jake, and the session with Jess. And the
See
session
ya.
with Ryan. See ya.
Hey, this is Adam with Project 701, and you are listening to The Session.